Hello everyone, Gebatron here. In this video we are going to learn how to hunt with 3 horses in the game Red Dead Redemption 2. Now I don't normally cover this game on the channel, but I recently started playing it again and watching content about it, and noticed that there really wasn't any guides on how to hunt with multiple horses, so I figured I'd make this video just because I like the game. This video is most likely a one-off unless you guys request more RDR2 content, but I think this game has been covered pretty well by plenty of other channels. If you guys know of any other better ways to hunt with 3 horses, or maybe even more horses, 4 horses, I don't know. Let us know down in the comments. Also, there won't be any spoilers to the story here as this is pretty early in the game. Okay, let's get into it. So let's wake up from our nap and find our main horse and temporary horse. If you don't have a temporary horse, you'll have to get one by either stealing one or by taming or breaking one. But I recommend stealing one because stolen horses have saddles, and saddles allow us to carry smaller game such as rabbits, turkeys, pheasants, etc. The horse will become your temporary horse once you reach bonding level 1 with it. We'll talk a little more about this later too. Let's get our temporary horse to follow us by clicking up on the directional pad to whistle at it. So I'm just going to shoot whatever is available out here to show you the mechanics of it, but how I actually use this method in game and how I feel this method is most useful is trying to gather the right items for crafting trinkets, clothing, talismans, whatever, and whatever stuff piercing can make us. Crafted items often require perfect pelts of a couple different animals, so I'll make a list of what I need, then head out looking for the appropriate animals. I would normally take extra time here to hunt perfect animals, but for the sake of time here we're just going to take whatever we can find.
Got a good haul there, girl. Okay, girl. Whoa, easy. Let's go, girl. So up now.
Okay, now we could carry more pelts if we were skinning these animals. I think each horse can carry 8 or 10 pelts in addition to the carcasses we have here, so you could really make a haul if you had the mind to, but for the time's sake of the video we won't be doing this. We have both our main horse and temporary horse loaded up, so now we need to get a third horse. You can steal one in a town, from some poor soul at their camp, or wherever you like, but what I find is pretty easy and consistent is just ambushing someone on the road. Remember, you could also break a wild horse, but then you won't be able to hang animals from the saddle, as wild horses don't have saddles. A wild horse is a better option if you're going for an honorable playthrough though. Here's our poor victim, and I missed my first shot, but we get him. Get your lasso out and go after the horse right away or you may lose them. You can always loot the body after you catch the horse.
Gotcha. Come here. Just come on.
So once we get on the horse and calm it down, it won't run away from us anymore and we can go hunting. Remember to whistle to get the other horses to follow. You can try to get your third horse to level 1 bonding right away, but I recommend waiting as things can get a little complicated after that. We'll talk about that as soon as we load this horse up.
Okay then. Yep. Load up. Okay. Easy now.
You can see our horses are loaded up each with one large carcass and two medium carcasses, giving us a total of 9 animals. Now let's get this
Yep.
horse to level bonding 1. If you were playing this like how I play,
Yep. Let's
this
get.
horse would be level 1 before it's fully loaded. Just keep that in mind going forward here. Now that we've bonded our third horse, you can see that the symbol for our temporary horse has disappeared off of our mini-map.
I don't like the look of you. Keep away from me, you hear?
You can see it's still following though. Even if we change horses, the other two will still follow. This effect is only temporary. After a certain amount of time, the third horse, or the one that isn't marked on the minimap, will simply stop following and wander off. Whether it's 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know, but eventually it will stop following and you'll lose all the pelts and carcasses it's hauling.
Easy.
The other thing that stops it from following is interacting with any horse. Here you'll see we remove a rabbit from our third horse, then put it back on, and it will no longer follow. It doesn't matter what horse we interact with, this will turn out the same.
Yep. Let's get.
This is important to know as you will most likely reach level 1 bonding with your third horse before you load it up with all the pelts and carcasses you're looking for. Once this inevitably becomes your situation, the only way to get the third horse to follow you is to lasso it and pull it along with you.
Easy. Whoa. Yep.
Now there are some drawbacks to this, and I'll show you one right here. If anything comes between you and the horse you're pulling, the lasso will come off, like the case with this telegraph pole here.
Whoa. Easy.
The others are that it limits your mobility some, and finally, if you get ambushed or something like that, you risk losing this horse. As such, I like to stay off the beaten path a little bit and go a little slower, working my way back towards my destination as I go. This doesn't work so well if you're traveling through thick woods or narrow mountain trails. That's why I always load up my first 2 horses before I acquire the third one.
How about you keep me company? Really, Mr. Bell? Tell me some stories.
So now we're back at camp and I'll hitch all 3 horses so the third one doesn't wander off and go to Pearson's wagon, but you could do this at a trapper or at a butcher too.
Hey there.
Now we have access to all 9 of our hunted animals. If we had only used 2 horses, then we would have only been able to bring back 6 hunted animals, not to mention the extra 8 or 10 pelts we would have been able to acquire. You could potentially ride in with 9 carcasses and 30 pelts hunting with 3 horses versus riding in with 6 carcasses and 20 pelts using only the 2. It's up to you whether it's worth it or not. Hunting with 3 horses can be tough to manage at times, but I find it useful when I'm trying to craft a lot of items in a short order.
Hey.
Just as another little piece of info here, even though all 3 horses are hitched, the one that isn't marked as temporary on the minimap will eventually unhitch itself and wander off, so make sure you have them organized the way you want before doing other tasks, or you may lose a horse you wanted to keep. You can also apply this 3-horse method if you are trying to make money by selling horses. Can you think of any other ways this could be useful? Let us know down in the comments. I think we'll end it there. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments. Also, if you know how many pelts a horse can carry, make sure to put that down there too so we can all see it. I hope you all enjoyed the video and maybe learned something new. Leave a like if you did and subscribe to help support the channel. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.
Damn it, Bill.